yesterday in Bitcoin, I just took a trade and it has given me almost 1:12 risk to reward ratio. So let me just explain it. What was my trade logic behind this? So over here in Bitcoin, in the monthly time frame, what I was looking for is, since it was a very healthy downtrend over here, it did not break this low. So for whatsoever reason, rather what has happened right around here is it did not break this low, but it did leave a wick on the upper side. So generally what happens in this type of scenario, when any instrument leaves a wick on the upper side, it generally has a tendency to first take out the wick, then decide the trend. So what happened? I was planning in Bitcoin, since this setup has formed over here. I was planning in Bitcoin that this high has a probability to be taken out. So I was on the bullish side on Bitcoin. So I just went on to the lower time frames. My higher time frame bias was steady, and I went on the lower time frame. So what I saw over here is, yeah, since it was making lows over here, and I had just marked my round levels, nothing very fancy, like the 63,000, 64,000, and upper it is a 65,000. So what has happened is, I just saw that it was making lower lows, but around the 63,000 level, the chart went flat and it made a double bottom around here. So that gave me a signal that Bitcoin might be bullish from here. So what I was planning is that I will go long, but rather I have missed this rally. This entire rally I have missed. So I had to enter without because my bias was ready and I was just looking for an entry. So what I was looking for is that, since excuse me, since it has made a low over here, I could not enter anywhere between from here to here. So I was looking in Bitcoin, so it was making a slight consolidation over here, and I was looking to enter around 64,000 level. But rather, what has happened? I was looking for a price action consolidation, but what has happened? It grabbed liquidity over here, and the momentum was so fast that it could not be captured. It was not possible to be captured to enter at this to enter in this candle. So I could not enter at my desired level, which was this 64,000 level. So what I did, I went into the 15 minutes time frame. What I saw is, since I could not enter at my desired level of 64,000, something a positive price action would have done, but it grabbed liquidity from around here. So my logic was simple that since I could not enter over here, I had to enter somewhere, and I saw an entry over at the top, which is at the breakout level of 65,000. So I entered right at the top, somewhere around here, right at the break of the red candle, and my stop loss was just below it. So my since it moved up, came down a bit, and as soon as it went up, this was a price action confirmation for me, and this is where I entered, right just around the breakout. So, and I placed my stop loss right around here. What happened? It did come back to my stop loss, but it did not hit, as my stop loss was below this level. So I placed my targets around 68,000, 68,900. 68,000. Yeah. 68,900. So this has given me almost 1:13, but I somehow it got executed and my next to reward came out as 1:12. So what has happened is that I could have waited for a better exit right around the immediate targets would be around 73,000, 70,000 rather. But I did not. I played it safe, and things to learn over here. Or there is always room for improvement. So yeah, it is a learning for me. I have captured around 2,600 to 2,700, 900 points, but the actual momentum was almost around 5,000 points. So in the chart, you can see right from my entry, the actual momentum to 70,000, which should have been my target, was around almost 5,000 points. So that really indicates that there is so much to learn still. Excuse me. So, so right around here, I could not enter. I could not enter at the bottom. Is it? I I could not enter anywhere around here. I entered at the breakout. I held on to the trade and I exited somewhere around here, which is fine, which is alright. It happens in trading. And the next thing I need to keep in mind is to keep my targets and my bias strong. So I could have waited till 70,000, but I'll take it for anyway, take it any day, will take it. So yeah. So that is my trade explanation and my trade logic behind yesterday's trade. So if you like it, do like and share and comment. Thank you.